Against the backdrop of the humanitarian disaster, the Western leaders now they finally start making
المدنيين والأكثر ضعفا الذين لا يستطيعون تحمل الصعوبات المرتبطة باللجوء.
В этой связи я хотел бы выразить уважение и солидарность с греческим православным патриархом.
recently against the backdrop of those horrors that are happening to the population at the Gaza Strip, against the backdrop of the humanitarian disaster, the Western leaders now they finally start making statements saying that they are ready to recognize the Palestinian state. President Macron made such a statement. Starmer made a similar statement. I believe the Canadian Prime Minister and the Australians made similar statements. And they all said, and it happened 2 weeks ago, they all said that we're thinking that at the UN General Assembly we will declare the recognition of the Palestinian state. The General Assembly is going to take place during the last week of September, and when they were making the statements, it was still 2 months until the General Assembly. So I have a question. If your diplomacy, if your foreign policy now says that you cannot tolerate this anymore, and to put an end to all these humanitarian tragedies, you think that you need to recognize the Palestinian state, as you were supposed to do a long time ago, because there is the UN resolution. Why do you need to wait for these 2 months? Why don't you do it immediately? And I have a suspicion that all these beautiful statements, all these beautiful words that soon, a couple of months later, we will recognize the Palestinian state, they are making this statement because they have this diplomatic hope that by the time when they have to fulfill this obligation to recognize the Palestinian state, there will be nothing to recognize. I believe this is the essence of the EU diplomacy in the Middle East. And as for the Ukrainian situation, I don't see any diplomacy there on their behalf.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.